feel something from someone who has nothing to steal. That's real.
What is up, guys? I'm Britton Petrie and welcome to another Build a Champ workshop. If you're new to the channel, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. And today we're going to be going into a crash course on Ne Zha. Now, Ne Zha is a terribly good assassin in my opinion. I really like how he plays. He's really fun to play. His kit is just all around badass. So let's get into it with his abilities. Now, Righteous Spirit is his passive. And its Ne Zha Spirit is strengthened as he successfully hits enemies with abilities and basic attacks. Each hit provides 1 stack, and each critical hit provides 2 stacks. Stacks remain until Ne Zha is out of combat for 5 seconds. Maximum stacks is 20. Critical strike chance per stack is 0.5%. Now, the cool thing about this is it's actually basically a built-in rage, and it really helps out his basics to get like some really good crits. Okay, so let's go into his second ability, which I will show you here in just a second. Universe Ring Toss. Ne Zha throws the Universe Ring, bouncing several times, dealing damage, applying a physical protection debuff for 3 seconds, and slowing for 1 second. Each hit also stacks a movement speed buff on Ne Zha for 2 seconds. Subsequent hits on the same target deal 25% less damage. So I'll show you the Universe Ring, what he's talking about, or what I'm talking about. I don't know why the hell I said that. Once I get another menu wave. So basically this ring bounces between targets. You can actually, if there's just 2 that are really close together, let's say they're enemy gods, you can throw it and it'll bounce between them multiple times, but goes through, bounces, gives you a little movement speed buff, gives them a protections debuff, and gives them a slow for about a second. Alright, so next we got Flaming Spear. Ne Zha empowers himself with a fighting spirit, igniting his spear for increased attack speed and critical strike chance for a short duration. Upon activation, Ne Zha is healed depending on how many stacks he currently has from his passive ability, Righteous Spirit. So the attack speed goes from 15 to 55%, which is freaking ridiculous. And the heal per passive stack is 0.75, with the critical strike chance being 15 and the duration being anywhere from 4 to 6 seconds. Cooldown's 18, but he's an assassin, so let's go for Flaming Spear, and I'll show you that. Kind of powers it up. See, we already got a crit. We don't have anything built. All right. And obviously, it goes from 4 to 6 seconds, so keep that in mind. And as you start to level that up, actually, you kind of snowball pretty quickly as you're getting your items and rushing other things. So, next ability. So we have the Armillary Sash. Ne Zha throws out his Armillary Sash, hitting the first enemy god in its path. The target is stunned, and Ne Zha yanks himself towards the target, dealing a powerful blow to all enemies in the area when he arrives. This ability can crit, and the damage goes from 70 to 190 with scaling, and the stun is only a second again. But let's throw out this shot. Okay, so for one, the Sash, its range, as you can see, is pretty crazy. Let's see if the radius is 10. It doesn't even really show. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. So, right here, as you can see, that's the range. Boom. All the way up there. That's crazy. I love that. I love that ability. It's actually really good. It gives you a stun, and it can really pick somebody out of a team fight. So, you might want to remember that, too. Alright. And then we're going to take a look at his ultimate ability. So, his ultimate ability is called Wind Fire Wheels. And its Ne Zha dashes forward. If he hits an enemy god, he knocks them skyward for 4 seconds, unleashing a combo. Successfully timed attacks during the combo result in critical strikes, and that's in parentheses. Then smashing back to the earth, dealing additional damage to all enemies in the radius. He flips back to his starting location. So from the beginning of your dash is where you're going to fall at the end of your ult, but whenever you dash, you're going to throw them up into the air, and you're going to play like a little mini game actually. So let me show you what happens. Okay, remember where he stood. So we're about right here. Let's see, the range is actually pretty good too. So let's go right here. Okay, and then you just use your thumbstick and then go to the little flowers thing, and then you press right trigger whenever it kind of locks and says attack, and you can get a crit hit. And obviously we came out where we left off. So, all right, so let's go ahead and level up real quick. And let's go on to the building part of this. So builds are really important, obviously, and smart. Like I keep telling the newer people that are watching this, if you're going for just tips on the god, I'm glad you're here too. So this is the part I'm just going to level to 20 and just build a champion. So as you can see, I only have 2 starter items, and I also have Warrior's Tabby. I'm actually going to tell you the reason. If you're using, you know, any god for a jungle in a conquest, you probably need Boomba's Mask, unless you're Bakasura. I can think it is the only god, but there's no reason not to get it, to be honest. It's just really good. I also, whenever I'm playing in maybe like a ranked joust or something, or a joust in general, and I'm using Naja, I'll use a bluestone pendant just because of his ring. Whenever it hits him, you can hit multiple gods and get multiple bluestone pendants out of it. And that's, you know, enemies hit by your damaging abilities take an additional 30 physical damage over 2 seconds, and that's max 2 stacks. So yeah, he can really get that bluestone pendant off, and it's actually pretty good. So before I go into it, there is 2 different builds that I use, 2 different kinds. So it depends on how the match is going, or just what I feel like building, and then I kind of commit to it. I'll either build like let's say I'm in an assault, I'll actually go more defensive, and I'll start with like Jotun's Wrath right here. 40 physical power, 150 mana, 10 physical penetration, 20% cooldown. And then after that, I'll get boots, and then I'll just start getting defensive items. And he's really good for just finishing people off or like catching up to people. I mean, he's a pretty good champion. So, but in like Conquest, basically, you're gonna go. Oh, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna go like Boombas, maybe Warrior Tabby, a penetration. Let's go Jotuns, and then maybe a crit if you're doing well enough. Let's go Wind Demon, and then maybe, oh, I don't know, Titan's Bane, and then a Deathbringer. And then as you sell stuff, you can actually go and sell Boombas and then get Malice or something. So, and then for actives, obviously, if you're going to be jungling, you should probably get Wrath. If you're just in a Joust, Meditation, Sprint, maybe a Shell or a Frenzy, Curse, Blink. Blink is pretty good for catching up to people. Sanctuary, if you're getting your ass beat and you don't want to get your ass beat anymore and you can kind of get out of situations. There's plenty of other things, plenty of other options. Like if you're going to, let's say, solo or something crazy, you should probably rush your Universal Ring Toss for clear, and then use the Armillary Sash as like a, I don't know, like a utility, and then kind of rush Flaming Spear after Universal Ring Toss. And go in, and obviously every time you get a chance, put a point into when Fire Wheels, and then finally get your Sash up for the AoE. But it's mainly really good for the yank and the stun. That's actually really useful. So let's go ahead and get, for here, let's say I was actually jungling this the end game. If I even, supposedly I even got to sell my starter item, I'd probably get Purification and Hog Stun. Obviously, you should be really cognizant of that. So let's go and just take a look-see at his clear real quick at the end of the game. I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so let's go see our Flaming Spear. See, and then now that he's critted, the Wind Demon's going to help him out. And I mean, the crit's just off the chain. 1500 crit, was that? Yeah. All right. So let's go in with the Sash. Crit. Crit. Okay, well, that's over with. Now I'll show you how much damage his ultimate can do it very quickly. And that's a death. So as you can see, Naja is incredibly good. Obviously, I should be able to take out the few. What is this? Okay, that's attack speed or whatever. We'll go try to take out. He should. anybody that's watched the videos, I usually take out the Gold Fury. I don't even care at this point because it's the Gold Fury. So let's go fight Fire Giant real quick, just to give you a little bit of a estimate on how much he can actually do. Really don't care about this. Alright, so that's Fire Giant, and I got hit twice with an ability just standing there. So all in all, he's an extremely good champion. Kind of look into playing him. He does take a little bit of skill, I guess, but it's not too much. We've on the channel, we've covered way harder shit. So gods to stay away from. I mean, he's an assassin, so any god that can fuck with an assassin. Then again, he does have kind of sash and stuff for like stuns. If you build him a little bit differently than here, then you can do plenty of other shit. It's just stay away from CC as always. Gods to look for a kill on anybody that's low in a team fight. If you can pick them straight out, that'd be really nice. And then maybe to help your team. See, let's say there's a team fight going on, you see a low squishy, and kind of sash in, kill the squishy real quick, turn around and look at the Guardian. And if you have your ult the Guardian, you're taking the CC for a few seconds just totally out of the fight to where your team can hopefully mop up. And then hopefully when you come down, you can kind of get away with like a pure if they have CC or whatever else. And if you can get away, or hell, if your team has wiped the whole team since you got rid of their Guardian, then your team can just gang up on the Guardian with you. No matter how much damage you've done, your ultimate can be used as some really good utility to just take the Guardian out of the battle after you've came in and killed whoever you're going to kill. So all in all, if you guys like this video, leave a like and subscribe. We really enjoy making these videos for you guys, so just keep up the views. However many likes you want to leave, it all matters. So we love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next Build a Champ workshop. Peace out, guys.